This episode of Everything is Awesome is brought to you by Tellist. Tellist is a fantasy world created by Michael D'Angelo. Spanning 15 novels and novellas, Tellist is a place of magic and splendor, where great heroes fight for the people. Some of these heroes are blessed with the strain, granting them uncanny abilities. The Tellist universe is medieval superhero fantasy with steampunk elements that mix with several different mythologies. With so much to choose from, the world is in your hands. Get more information, purchase the books, and discover the world of Tellist at Tellist.com.
This is a That's Entertainment podcast.
Awesome.
Just tell people they're awesome and mean it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Did you have an awesome time? Did you drink awesome shooters and listen to awesome music and then just sit around and soak up each other's awesomeness?
Awesome.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
You guys are awesome.
No, you're awesome.
You are awesome.
Sir, you are awesome. Seriously.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Welcome to this week's edition of Everything is Awesome. Just a quick intro here. We're not going to have any mid-episode breaks. We're not going to have any outros officially. So make sure you support us on patreon.com/thatnerdykev or ko-fi.com/thatnerdykev. They are the best ways to help us monetarily, help us pay for equipment upgrades, help us pay for travel to live events, and help us put together bigger and better shows, all part of the That's Entertainment Podcast Network on thatentertains.com/network, and of course, awesomepodcast.com to help this show grow. This week was our Podiversary show. Every January, usually the last weekend in January since 2016. No, not 2016. Since 2017, I believe. Yes, 2017, 2018, and 2019 we have done it. We get together a bunch of podcasts and we raise money for a organization that helps fight cancer and helps families affected by cancer. And this year, when we did it, we partnered with the HeadStrong Foundation, and that was such a great event. We actually grew to 4 different venues. We had a mix of podcasts and comedians doing some 10-minute bits, and we filled out 4 venues across the city of Philadelphia. Most of them were on South Street, between Tattooed Mom, Milk Boy South Street Cinema, which is no longer with us, unfortunately. And then we did take a quick trip down to Thirsty Dice for a few podcasts as well. So big thanks to all those shows, all the comedians, all the people that helped make that possible. We were able to raise, our goal was $500. We were able to raise near maybe 800, maybe just under 800, very close. And it was such a great event. I really enjoyed it. My show itself, Everything is Awesome. We had Garrett Smith, one of my best friends in the world. He was a guest on the show, and as well as she's a New York-based comedian now, but she did spend some time here in Philly. Abby Rosenquist, she was kind enough. She was in town anyway for something, so she came and stopped by the show and had a great conversation with us. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you didn't get the idea from the episode that we had earlier this week for State of the Pod, this year we will not be doing a live one-day festival thing. Part of it is that I am just kind of backed up with a lot of things when it comes to the podcasting world and whatnot. But a big part of it's also because of how much work, which I didn't mind doing, but it was a lot of work to do on your own. And I don't know that I can handle that right now, mentally or even just with my workload. So we're still going to try to do something to raise some money for the HeadStrong Festival, the HeadStrong Foundation. Not quite sure yet, but we're also going to be airing episodes throughout the next couple of weeks here that were the stand-up comedy hours. and I'm going to. If I had time, I don't have the time. I would cut together like a preview of what happened that weekend. Maybe I'll still do that. I don't know. Maybe that's what we'll do for this year. I have no idea. But so here it is. Without further ado, we're just going to let the show go and play, and then when it ends. We're not going to add any extra sounders to this one. So thank you so much for listening to this episode, to every episode of Everything Awesome you listen to, and I am super excited to be catching up on this stuff. So thanks, guys.
From Tattooed Mom on South Street, the hippest street in Philadelphia, it's Everything is Awesome, late night.
Awesome.
Just tell people they're awesome and mean it.
Tonight's guests, Philadelphia podcaster and film reviewer Garrett Smith, New York comedian by way of Philly, by way of Austin, by way of Omaha, Abby Rosenquist.
Awesome.
And now, as heard on 95.7 Ben FM's Ben Around Philly, here's your host, Kevin Gallagher.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we live it up.
Now it's on. Hello, sir.
Welcome to this week's edition of Everything is Awesome and Late Nights. I am your host, Kev. And this is a show where we sit down and talk to awesome people about awesome things. I'm not used to this setup, guys. It's crampy.
It's a little bit crampy.
Real crampy. I need my notes here, but thank you all for coming out and supporting Everything is Awesome. This is our 3rd anniversary show, Mike. 3 years this bullshit has been going on, and people still listen, or at least come to live shows.
They pretend to listen at the very least.
Harrison, can you move this out a little bit for me, please? I can't. I want to die here.
Watch your foot.
I got cables all over. Who set this shit up? All right. So before we get started officially, I just want to thank a couple sponsors. Joe Giuliani Photography. I believe he'll be here at some point. He's our festival photographer. You can check him out at joegiuliani.wordpress.com. Okay. Big thank you to Fireball Printing for supplying our printing materials at fireballprinting.com. Crude Humor Studios for running sound here and producing this festival, crudeHumorstudios.com. And, of course, we have Steel Empire running sound at Thirsty Dice, steelempire.com. Speaking of Thirsty Dice, they are also a sponsor, thirstydice.com. Milk Boy right down the street, milkboysouthstreet.com. Tattooed Moms. If you're here, make sure you're tipping well. They're a really, really great venue that supports creative arts, supports the local politics. They do a lot of great, cool stuff here. So tip well. That's Entertainment, presenting sponsor, thatentertains.com. Tellus, presenting sponsor, tellus.com. The world is in your hands. And of course, we're partnering with the Headstrong Foundation. The Headstrong Foundation is an organization that offers support, emotional, financial, and residential support to families affected by cancer. It's an important organization to me. We lost my uncle to cancer in 2016. That's why we do this festival. Very recently, my father was diagnosed with some stage 4 cancer. So we are continuing to just support these organizations in their honor. You can donate today, right here in this little cash bin, or you can go online to bit.ly/headstrongfest, bit.ly/headstrongfest. Let's kick it off officially, shall we, after all that nonsense? Let's give it up for my co-host. We're so close, Mike.
I mean,
so close.
We are heterosexual life mates.
Let's give it up for my co-host this evening, the creator of Tellus and QuantumCast, and more importantly, my best friend, Michael D'Angelo.
Hello, everybody.
You don't give the co-host a bigger applause, guys. That's fucked up.
I think we accrued more people after you came
fair.
in.
That's fair.
Plus, I'm more awesome.
Also fair. A lot of changes between this year's festival and last year's festival. Obviously the size of the festival.
Yeah.
Also the size of me. Last year, 260 pounds. Svelte 203 as of yesterday. Not svelte, no. I didn't do anything. I still eat pizza. I eat like a garbage human dumpster still. I just follow Weight Watchers. They tell me what to do, and it works. So, but it makes sense that I book myself at Tattooed Moms, where I get all you can eat tater tots all day. So there goes the Weight Watchers today. Also, I'm sober. I'm gonna chew on Mike. Last year I was drunk as fuck at this festival. I don't know what happened.
Well, that's why Rihanna's not here.
I apparently yelled at his wife. I apologize. Yeah, so again, a great idea booking myself a tattooed mom where I could drink anything I want if I wanted to. But that's fun. But United States is still in a garbage dumpster fire itself, so at least some things have never changed. So, Mike.
What's going on, buddy?
Every year we do this show. We have a game plan to sit down and talk about something.
Do we not have a game plan this time?
No, we do. I sent you a text yesterday, and this motherfucker says, let's talk about sausage.
So we're legit talking about sausage.
We're talking about sausage.
All right. Did you do any research about sausage?
I got notes.
All right. I don't.
Here, take a paper. Sausage. Fun facts about sausage here. Typically, a sausage is formed in a casing traditionally made from intestines, but sometimes synthetic. This is why people go vegan, by the way.
I mean, you get the people who know that like the chicken McNugget is pink slime, but they still eat the chicken McNugget.
No,
I fall into that category.
I've given up, not because of Weight Watchers. I gave up McDonald's because of that pink slime bullshit.
I'm all about the pink slime. All about it.
I
don't care that it's pink slime. I'm okay with it. Especially like BK's 10 for $1.
Well, BK's...
How do you do 10 nuggets for $1?
BK is okay, Mike. They don't have pink slime.
I'm pretty sure they have pink slime.
No, they don't.
Maybe it's like a different color slime. They're not doing pink slime.
Listen, I read an article.
It's like an off-white slime.
I'm pretty sure I read a BuzzFeed article, and McDonald's is trash, Burger King is not.
I don't know, man. I think Wendy's is where it's at no matter what.
Wendy's is good. A sausage consists of meat cut into pieces or ground and filled into a casing with other ingredients. Ingredients may include a cheap starch filler such as breadcrumbs, seasoning, and flavorings such as spices and sometimes others.
Today we're renaming the show Everything is Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, this is straight up Wikipedia. I mean, come on.
You did a book report on sausage.
My book, this is how did you do book reports when you were in school? Legit or just copy and paste? And then reword some shit?
We really didn't have the internet when we were doing book reports.
We're not 60.
I mean, I wasn't doing book reports in high school. I was doing book reports in elementary school.
But
maybe like early middle school.
High school papers, we had the internet. You didn't
Yeah,
do
but I
papers
wasn't
then?
doing book reports.
Okay, so papers, research. You have to research.
Yeah, absolutely. That's when you
copy
would
and
take
paste.
things and then you would use the thesaurus. Yeah.
My move was, I wasn't that smart to use the thesaurus, but I still passed. I would just copy and paste and then reword things. I mean, I guess it was using my own thesaurus, but I was a bad student. October 11th, guys, National Sausage Pizza Day. All right, so mark your calendars. Mike, where's the word sausage derived from?
It's derived from the Latin word salsus, which means something salted.
Guys, this is why you're donating money to Headstrong right now.
We're learning you.
This is an educational podcast, all right? We learned from the number one podcast in Delco, all right? Be educational. This is I can't say we're the number one podcast in Bucks County anymore because Nerds with Words over there in the corner is also a Bucks County podcast. I don't know. I mean, he's probably better than us.
Can we like differentiate? Are we up or lower? Can we choose one? Like, can we?
No, I think he's Newtown.
Can we gerrymander and then like we'll be?
No, because Newtown's part of Lower Bucks.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we changed the gerrymander line.
Sure.
Yeah,
we have that authority. Longest sausage measured is 38.99 miles in length and was created in
Ploesti City,
Romania on December 1st, 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, Sausage Talk!
We didn't talk about like how you prefer it. Do you like sausage links or patties?
I prefer, if I'm going to eat a breakfast sausage, I prefer turkey sausage, first of all.
Okay.
And I prefer a link, if I'm being honest. I prefer a link.
I feel like the patty's the way to go because you can
on a sandwich
switch
for
it up.
sure.
Yeah.
But if sausage to me, this is a real conversation now. It's a breakfast food, and I eat that with my eggs in link
So
form.
you need a link.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I prefer pork roll. Fuck sausage.
All right.
Yeah, pork roll is where it's at. So we play games on this show from time to time. In the summer, we made a game called Food Frights, and everyone wanted to die from eating jalapeno peppers and
everyone was getting sick, right?
Bean Boozled and
Eating
toothpaste
toothpaste.
and cupcakes or some bullshit. We were assholes, guys. But it's okay. So we're going to play a game called Silicon Valley Startups. So does anyone want to go against Mike? You can win a prize from the Doom Thugs pool of prizes.
I have got no practice with this, so your chance is as good as mine.
In a second, we're just going to force someone to come up.
I mean, I could always play against you.
I'm the investor.
Oh, okay. So, are we doing the actual rules, or are we making our own?
We're modifying the rules. Let's see. Who out there wants to win something? What's the prize bag? What do we got good in your bag of tricks?
We got Bad Magazine,
That's good.
Dante's Inferno,
Also good.
Wild Things, The Wake comic book,
Come on, guys.
book about aliens, American Psycho, and then some little tchotchkes.
All right.
That's Snake Eyes, right? There we go. There we go.
And little pocket knife.
All right.
From Alaska, if I remember correctly.
We're gonna
There we go.
pull up. We're gonna force someone to do it. Just point a finger, Mike. Pick somebody. You're the bad guy.
So we're just gonna go somewhere over here.
He ducks out of the way. Oh, okay. All right. So we're not going to play by the official rules. Everyone gets one card instead of two. You're forced into this company name, target user, and industry. Mike, ask for a flavor. Someone, that's fine. Go over here where there's another microphone. Give me a flavor. Vanilla Maze is your company, Mike.
Okay.
Your target user are beekeepers, and the industry is costume rental. Why, Mike, should I invest in Vanilla Maze?
I feel like this is the kind of game where you need like someone to explain the rules after the fact, so that I have time to kind of like vamp and figure all this out. So Vanilla Maze, beekeepers, and the industry that we work in is costume rental. I have no idea.
Why should you have Michael?
This is not my game, man.
Michael.
Vanilla Maze.
All right. How about you think about it while we get... What's your name, sir?
I'm George.
George, okay.
Is it on?
I don't... Should be. Hello? Yeah, it's on.
Wow.
All right. Harrison, give me a shape.
Rectangle.
Rectangle Earth. Your target user is amateur archaeologist, and private investigator is your industry. Sell me on it.
I think we can work with this. You know?
I'm going to take a cue from George.
I want to hear... sell me.
So you're familiar with the flat Earth theory?
Yeah,
I'm assuming? Yeah.
Of course.
Now, the thing is that many archaeologists across the world, and in fact other worlds perhaps, support the idea of the flat Earth because the Earth is, in fact, a square.
Okay.
And it's not a cube. As we know, cubes are 3D. This here Earth is a flat square.
Okay.
Now, I have personally hired a private investigation team and have supplied them with ample funding from my own pocket because I am a rich millennial. And the team actually uncovered in a very scientific manner that the Earth is, in fact, a flat square.
Okay.
Now, I think it's hard to deny that.
All right. But what if I told you that we need some merged realities into this?
Jesus. Given the vast expanse of my deep pockets, I have managed to form an alternate reality that has further confirmed the theory that the Earth is in fact a flat square.
All Earths.
All Earths. Yes. Now, every angle you'll notice, every angle of the Earth is 90 degrees. It's a square. So reality cannot bend those angles. It happens to be a rather verbose and true fact. So.
I think this guy's a flat earther.
I'm also a fake moon landinger.
All right. Well, Mike.
I'm not going to be able to follow
Vanilla
this.
Maze.
I'll try and do my best, all right? So clearly, I'm not the CEO. I don't know anything about this company, except that the CEO had no idea what he was doing when he named it. Vanilla Maze has nothing to do with who we are and what we do. Okay. We supply beekeeping suits to beekeepers. It's pretty simple, all right? So if a beekeeper needs a suit, we give them a suit.
One type of costume.
Oh, no, it's not one type of costume. We let them sponsor other industries.
Okay.
We're like the NASCAR of beekeeping.
Give me some lifestyle marketing, Mike.
All right, so I can't do this.
All right, I admit, I appreciate a man who can admit that he's a bad pitch man.
I'm really bad at this. Obviously, I'm not making a lot of money with my own stuff, so...
Go ahead, you win. Go ahead and pick a prize there.
Oh, man.
There's a lot to choose from that.
Except
pile.
for this. This is mine.
Yeah, they're Mike's. You can't take that. You got a pocket knife.
Oh, I could actually use one of those.
You got a pocket knife. That's a utility.
It's now a good time to tell you that I gave you a fake name. My name's not George.
Son of a...
I expect no less from a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. To be fair, you're not getting any paperwork today, so it's okay.
All right,
you can
perfect.
be Steve if you want.
No, that works.
All right. Thank you for playing, George. All right. Well, I think we wasted everyone's time enough.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Plus, you don't want to put me on the spot again.
No. I feel like there's the whole idea that we want to be like you. Yeah, we want to be improv.
You want to be improv. I'm perfectly okay with just being the wallflower.
Yeah, that's true. You are. Let's bring up our first guest today. He is one of my good friends from the podcasting world. He's a film reviewer. He used to be a comedian. I don't think he dabbles in it anymore. But he's a very, very funny person. He crushed our first live show ever, I believe. He was our guest and crushed at the Philadelphia Podcast Festival of 2016. Please give it up for Mr. Garrett Smith.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Am I using this one? Am I sitting on the couch with you?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, great.
I'll scoot
Is there room for me? I know you lost 50 pounds, but you still needed to move the table to sit down.
Listen, it's hard being a fat kid. I ate a lot of tater tots today.
Yeah, I know. I was saying to somebody earlier, I feel really bad. Whenever you ask me to guest, all I know how to do is be like extremely mean to you for no reason. We've been very good friends, and all I know how to do with a microphone is just be very mean to you.
Which is fun. Like last year, I was a guest on I Like to Movie, and I don't remember if you were mean. I know you were. I think, were you a guest on my show last year?
I think I was a guest on your show because I think I took over for Mike last year or something. Like maybe Mike couldn't be here, and I tried to take the crown.
We had something at it wasn't Atomic Comics. It was
Amalgam Comics.
Yeah, Amalgam.
That's what it was. Yeah. I tried to steal your crown.
Yeah. It's
willfully given.
Mike does this out of pity. Really, he hates this whole concept of podcasting.
I don't hate podcasting.
Kevin,
How
I think you might
throw
hate
that
podcasts.
out there in front of people coming to see podcasts.
You might hate podcasts. You showed up to your own live festival with notes about sausage.
Well, this is what Kev does. Every single time he puts all his energy into other people, and he's like, "Shit, I have a show."
Yeah, you know how I know that? He texted me yesterday at 4 p.m. to be like, "Can you be a guest on my show tomorrow?"
I know it's late notice, but
when I was planning the festival, I was thinking about my show. We booked our other guest, and then all of a sudden, I was putting 4 venues together, and I forgot that. Oh yeah, we gotta talk to people. I mean, people. I give it up to Doom Thugs who coming out here and just talking amongst themselves. I'm not that interesting at all. I love. They're being very modest. Doom Thugs, Pop Battle was a great addition this year, and they I love listening to that type of podcast. It's similar to what you and I guess you're very movie oriented, but your banter in the beginning is just you and Dan.
Yeah, but we do. We don't Google sausage before we sit down and then try and do a podcast.
I mean, come on, it's
that's you admitting that you're not very interesting.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know I'm not in. My day to day consists of working.
Yeah.
Going home and dealing with 2 kids.
Yeah.
And then, maybe I'll stay up and do something creative, or I'll just pass out watching Ozark on Netflix.
It truly is remarkable to me that you do things like this because you're raising children, and I can't imagine raising children and doing anything else at the same time.
Well, to be fair, the boy one is 7.
Yeah.
And
Did you say the boy
The
one?
boy one.
The boy one. Is that not cool?
And
That's
the non-boy
perfectly
one.
fine. Did you Google that before you came too?
I did.
What is my son?
Son? And the girl one, also not the boy one, or girl Trey, as we
This is
sometimes
very
call
binary,
her.
Kev. All right.
Listen, come on, dude. don't make it about this.
You're the one that just called your daughter Girl Trey, which is the name of your son.
Aubrey acts very much like Trey did when he was the same age. Except she.
How old is she now?
She's 4. She'll be 5 in a
Okay.
couple months. He just turned 7, she's just like him except less shy. Like he was very. I mean, you remember.
Yeah, he was very
pretty
shy. Yeah.
How
is he now? Has he come out of his shell?
I mean, not when you're around, but not when anyone's around.
Yeah.
He was decent when we went to PAX Unplugged.
That's true. That's very true. But yeah, so I don't know. They're self-sufficient now.
Yeah. Your 5 and 7-year-old are taking care of themselves.
The boy and the girl.
They're taking care of me.
Oh, okay.
A typical Saturday morning consists of them waking up saying, "Daddy, we're hungry," and me saying, "Go to the kitchen. I'm sleeping."
He's a wonderful role model.
Yeah.
Listen, someone has to do it. But no. I mean, I feed them. No, I don't let them.
That's the point of that story. No, I feed my children.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
He knows enough. He works at.
Dude! And there's an.
I do what they tell me to do.
And there goes my job. Yes. So Garrett, how are things in the world of movies?
Good. I mean, the Oscars are coming up, so another thing I don't care about related to movies is on its way.
Right. I mean, because you guys don't really do much coverage on it, right?
Dan loves the Oscars, so we always do like an Oscars episode leading up to the Oscars where we make predictions and things. And I've always seen like 3 movies that are nominated for Oscars. So like I never know. I pretty much pick this whatever movie I've seen. That's the one I pick for every category, even if it's not been nominated.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's how I do it.
I'm nominating Mandy for everything this year. It's nominated for nothing, and I'm nominating it for everything.
Your consistent recommendation of that movie is why it's sitting on my open browser with the tab up with the shutter to watch it. I have to sit down and do it, but this year, previous years, I could not even have a conversation with movies about you.
Yeah, but you actually saw like a shit ton of movies this year, right?
Yeah.
Because did you get Movie Pass?
I did when it was good.
Yeah, I never signed up for Movie Pass, and my friends were like, "Come on, dude!" And I was like, "I'm not giving them my information. They seem like a really shady company. I'm not doing." They're like, "Whatever, you idiot! Like we're getting so many free movies this year," and like they did, but now also my friend's credit card is being charged over and over again for a service he canceled like 3 months ago.
That didn't happen to me at all.
Because they stink. They're terrible.
I had a smooth exit with them.
Yeah?
There was no issues with my exit.
Right. They had some kind of situation where they opted you in automatically and you had to opt yourself back out.
Yeah,
like, that's not usually
no,
the way
that's
that they
not
do
how
that.
things should work. Nope.
But A-List knows how to run a company.
That's you're one of those AMC A-List, what's it called? Stubs?
Stubs.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Stubs?
But it's worth it. I mean, because there's an AMC around the corner not around the corner, but it's near my house.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it because I live in Philly, so it's like I have access to an AMC. I imagine if you live in a place like this, it's like that's a pretty good deal. Yeah,
there's people out west that I talk to. They're like, yeah, I can't do it because I have no-name theaters near me. It's an hour and a half to get to AMC. But it's wonderful. I mean, I the biggest movie I saw, not biggest movie, the movie that I saw, the biggest example of why that program works is Unsane.
What's his name made that movie with an iPhone? Why can't I think of his name? Soderbergh. Steven Soderbergh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I haven't seen that yet.
It's very good, especially when you walk in expecting not something very.
Yeah.
I would never pay actual money to go see that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, I would, but there was nothing about that movie that was like, oh, I was bored one night, went to go see Unsane, and I was really surprised.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this service, because I do take a lot more chances.
You take chances on stuff.
Yeah,
what was the best movie you saw this year, do you think?
Hands down, best movie I saw in 2018 is Spider-Verse.
Oh, I really liked Spider-Verse. That I went to see that with my girlfriend and her family over Christmas.
Yeah.
She has like a 6-year-old sister, and it was like awesome to see that with like a young kid.
Yeah,
it was really, really fun. Yeah, did Trey like it?
He loved it.
The boy one?
The boy one loved it. The boy one
Yeah.
loved it. He was 6 when we went to go see it. And it was... same thing when I went. I know people have their issues with Solo. I think it's a perfect...
I really like Solo.
I enjoyed it. But the best part of seeing Solo, I saw it twice, once by myself and once with my son, was watching him watch a Star Wars movie in a theater, because that's an amazing experience, because I never really got that as a child.
Right.
You know, I was born after the original trilogy, and I was a teenager when the prequel trilogy came out. And now I'm a very old man with this new trilogy. But seeing him... eyes wonder, and it's a space opera, and like not caring that that it's not Harrison Ford as Han Solo.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't give a fuck, and it was great. Just that was a better experience than anything. Seeing that movie.
That's I took my dad to see it, and I have a very similar experience with my father that you have with your son. When I say it's very entertaining to see movies through my ancient father's eyes. Yeah. No, I liked Solo. I thought Solo was fun. But Spider-Verse is great. I've never seen an animated movie like that. That's like some of the most remarkable animation I've ever seen.
And not just that, it's just a remarkable story.
It is.
It's the most Spider-Man thing ever.
My boy Nick Cage plays a detective black and white version of Spider-Man in it, and that's like the greatest thing.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. I've really loved Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham is good,
but Miles Morales was
he's great. He's way more interesting than any Spider-Man has ever been.
I agree, and it proves that I think going live action, we're ready for not Peter Parker.
Or we don't need to adhere to like whatever the norms, classic fanboy norm is for any of these characters.
Right.
We don't need to.
Right. Because at the end of the day, like the story that they're telling with Miles is Peter's story to a degree.
It is a very Spider-Man story, but I think there's more dimension to Miles than there is, at least to Peter in the way that we've depicted him in the movies, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And even in the comics, and not that I know Miles in the comic world too well, but it's just like knowing what I know about Spider-Man, Peter Parker in the comics. Miles has way more depth than Parker.
Yeah, I like that.
What was your favorite movie of 2018?
Mandy was my favorite movie of 2018. Mandy's amazing. Has anybody seen Mandy that's here? Do you like Mandy?
Loved it.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's I've never seen anything like it. I love saying like, oh, this movie's so metal, but like that movie is actually like the most metal movie I've ever seen.
Can you give me like a 10-second pitch, because I haven't even seen like commercials for this?
So it's like, okay, so if it's a 2-hour movie, right? It's a 2-hour movie. The first hour is this like really beautiful, lovely, kind of quiet love story about Nick Cage and his wife kind of living in the woods on their own. And then about an hour in, a religious cult kidnaps his wife, and he then smelts his own battle axe and goes to get his revenge for what they've done to his family. It's it's the Nick Cage revenge movie that you've always wanted. Like, you've seen it a bunch of times, but it's never good. It's just like entertaining because Nick Cage is crazy. It's like the best version of that. And then also this like really remarkable, sad, weird movie. It's very trippy too. It's got a lot of like drugged out trip sequences that are really, really good and entertaining. It's just awesome.
Alrighty.
Yeah. There's a scene where Nick Cage fights a man with a chainsaw. And when I say that, I mean the other man also has a chainsaw, and they duel with chainsaws.
That's the pitch.
Yeah.
That's you open with.
That should have been on the poster.
I think it is, in fact. It's amazing. There's like, you watch for an hour this like very slow, moody movie that I love. It's like really beautiful and moody and stuff. But you watch it, and I think if you come in expecting a Nick Cage revenge movie, you're like, what am I watching? What is this? And then all of the sudden, this like heavy metal starts playing, and he's smelting an axe in a forge, and it's like, okay, now I'm here, now I'm ready, I'm on board.
So it's almost like you get both sides of the Nick Cage coin.
You literally do, exactly. Panos Cosmatos, the director, is like the only guy I've ever seen utilize both the Academy Award-winning Nick Cage and the direct-to-TV Nick Cage.
Very nice.
In one movie.
All right.
It's like amazing.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Ever since, I wanted to see Mandy based off just like your tweets about it, but ever since your Nick Cage event at South Street Cinema down the street, I want to go down that rabbit hole.
You must.
Like, because I know he's crazy.
But like, I saw an interview with him recently where he said his favorite movie of his that he's made was Vampire's Kiss. Has anybody seen Vampire's Kiss? Vampire's Kiss is a movie where he believes that he got bit by a vampire and is turning into a vampire, but that didn't happen.
Okay.
He just thinks that happened to him.
And it's not satirical.
Yeah.
You're like,
it's one of
maybe.
those movies where it's like you kind of can't tell. But it's got the famous scene where he literally shouts the alphabet at one of his assistants. They're
Oh my God!
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
It's like a famous YouTube clip. He shouts the alphabet into his assistant's face. It's amazing.
Nick Cage is God. That's my 2018. Like I want to go through an A through Z archive of this guy. And just watch
It's
everything
really
he's
worth
done.
doing because he's legitimately done some like amazing movies that he's fantastic in. Leaving Las Vegas is like incredible. He's really good in adaptation. Like he's an amazing actor that gives 150% to every movie he's in, and it's just that like 75% of the movies he's in are dog shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's incredible.
He does whatever's written on the page, and if you didn't write what's on the page well, that's your fault.
Exactly.
I think he does give it that little Nick Cage twist that is just wonderful. Like it makes it better. I think.
He has literally started calling himself the California Klaus Kinski, so it's like he knows what he is. Like he's very aware of the memification of himself, and he's pretty good at playing into it. He's awesome. He's
Did
the
you
best.
see the Community episode where Abed's going down the Nick Cage rabbit hole, and he?
Yeah, he's
and you haven't seen that, have you, Kev? Or you might have the Community episode.
I think I've seen every episode. I just saw it's not.
Yeah, Abed goes nuts trying to figure out like, is Nick Cage a good or a bad actor?
Oh yeah.
That's how you become Nick Cage, I think. Actually,
Yeah. Isn't that what happened to him? He started having the Nick Cage mannerisms.
Yeah.
Community is such a great served show.
I love that show. The third season is like really, really incredible, I think.
Yeah, I have a hard time remembering the seasons.
Third season's the one with like the dark timeline. And
that was when they introduced pretty much the rest of the.
It's
the
really,
darkest
really
timeline
great.
is part of our pop culture now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, Mike, what's your
And our real culture. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Shut up. What's your movie?
So we talked about this during our own little thing, but I think Game Night.
Oh, Game Night was really good.
Game
That's
Night
like the
was
best
really-
studio comedy I've seen in a few
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
I think.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen something that had like that. All right, it was made to be a comedy. Like it doesn't have it like any shtick or anything like that. But it was just really, really good.
It was so good. I guess my only critique of it, if I'm going to pull a critique, is maybe it's Jason Bateman being Jason Bateman.
Oh yeah.
But that's everything he does. I think like he doesn't. I don't see much difference.
Right now, you're like, well, I've seen him in Ozark, so it's just Jason Bateman.
Ozark and Arrested Development and.
Oh yeah, but I mean those are two different.
You guys should see. I've not watched Ozark, so maybe this is kind of similar to what he does in Ozark. But there's a movie he did called The Gift. What's that actor's name? Joel Edgerton wrote and directed it.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it's a really good thriller that Jason Bateman stars in, and I think turns in. It's a Bateman-y performance, but there's a little stank on that performance that he doesn't often show in some other stuff that's pretty cool.
No.
I don't know what I meant by that, by the way. I have no idea.
He does. I mean, he's not like the same guy from Arrested Development and Ozark,
Yeah.
but it's a very similar. This dry. It's the Jason Bateman. He's got that dry humor. But I love him. I love everything he does that I've seen. You know, so. But yeah, Game Night was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot, or Tag rather.
Sorry.
How did you confuse the two of them?
Which movie did you like?
No, I get it. Like Tag,
I
you're
liked
it.
it as well.
But that would be a good crossover.
Jesus.
All right, like you're a clown and you touch someone and then they're a clown.
But I was thinking Tag because of Game Night. That movie was good. Just I think that it.
Hold
came
on.
out,
Which movie are we talking
now
about
I'm talking
right now?
Tag.
Okay.
I don't know why I tagged you for it.
Yeah.
But, I liked that movie a lot too last year.
I didn't see that one.
I think the biggest problem with that is that it came out after Game Night. So to me, Game Night's just a better movie because it's not the same thing, but more or less.
Yeah, I mean it was a
similar
very similar
vibe.
feeling. Yeah.
Well, the Game Night, like the thing that was interesting to me, if you're like a movie fan, it's very much like they're doing. It's like a what's his name, David Fincher. It's like a David Fincher movie.
Yeah, they have those shots. And
There's
everything.
a lot of like Fincher-esque shots in it. There's literally a Fight Club in the movie. They're doing a bunch of like Fincher references throughout it, and it's almost
They
like
had that one tracking shot.
exactly.
That was
It's
real cool
almost
and
like an Edgar Wright, David Fincher movie, if that makes sense. You know, the way Wright will just sort of like do these kind of like certain stylistic parodies. It's like that for David Fincher, which I think is kind of neat. That's like an interesting idea.
Nope.
But yeah, I felt like 2018 was a good year.
It was a very good year for
Yeah.
movies. I saw, I think, 65 new movies, and most of my top 10 was a lot of independent stuff that came out last year. There was a lot, Blind Spotting is amazing. There's a movie called Bodied that's about rap battling that is really incredible. There was just a lot of really good independent movies last year, and some really good, Game Night is a very good studio movie. I think one of the better ones in years. So there were a lot of good movies in 2018.
Even the more popcorny Marvel movie, like Black Panther.
Black Panther
came out in 2018.
Honestly, I love comic books, but the Marvel movies kind of bore me to some extent. But I thought Black Panther was fantastic. Yeah. What other Marvel came out this year? Was it just Infinity War and Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, yeah.
Okay.
That was really good. I like that.
It was all right. Black Panther was really good. Let's stick with Black Panther.
Okay,
Black Panther was really good. I really liked Black Panther.
And then
you bookended it. You had Black Panther and you had Spider-Verse. So
yes,
it's not MCU.
Yeah. And they're both movies from the comic book world that show that you don't need to tell a typical boring Marvel story.
Yeah,
you can go outside the box and represent more than just white dude who fights crime,
That's one of my favorite things about Black Panther, by the way, is the only white characters in it are these boop boop boop, just totally bumbling morons. It's really great.
Is there anything in 2019 you're looking forward to?
Glass already came out, which I was very much looking forward to, and I liked Glass. I know that's kind of a controversial opinion, it turns out, but Glass is good.
I have not seen it yet.
Glass is cool. It's worth seeing.
I've seen Unbreakable years and years ago. I just saw Split last night.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Did you like Split?
Loved it.
Yeah, Split's really cool.
Very disappointed that my fiance Jen went to go see it in the theater without me because she's never seen Unbreakable. So the end,
she didn't get the whole.
Meant nothing to her. It was wasted on her.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there at the house oh my god, this is such a I wish I didn't know this ending happened.
I know. It's it was mind blowing when I went to the theater and saw that movie.
Because they kept it quiet too. It wasn't.
And then that Enya style theme from Unbreakable starts playing, and I was wait, I know what this is. What's happening right now? And then Willis's bald fucking head showed up. I was this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I want to go see. I want to see Unbreakable again before I go see Glass.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be
Glass is good. Actually, the thing I'm looking forward to most is I literally just found out it exists. I had no idea this movie was coming out, and I think it hits Netflix February 1st. Is it called Velvet Buzzsaw? Yeah, Velvet Buzzsaw. It's Dan Gilroy made it. He's the guy that made Nightcrawler. And it looks to be a black comedy about the art world, where Jake Gyllenhaal plays an art critic.
Okay.
But then the paintings that he's criticizing seem to come to life and murder people. It looks crazy. It looks really, really crazy.
I know what I'm doing February 1st.
Yeah, I am very excited for it. If you've never seen Nightcrawler, Nightcrawler's incredible. It's a really great Jake Gyllenhaal performance, and it's a very weird movie. So that sold me that I need to see Velvet Buzzsaw. Also, Velvet Buzzsaw might be the best name for a movie ever.
Yeah, that plus the art coming to life sells me. The name.
Yeah, there's a scene in the trailer where what appear to be monkey arms come out of a painting and start strangling a guy. I was yeah, I'm in. Whatever that is, I'm sold.
You?
As much as I'm into movies and everything, I'm not that great on the 2019 stuff so far. I saw Escape Room, which was really good.
I heard Escape Room is fun.
Yeah, that was decent.
It's what you know exactly what it is.
It's mid-tier studio horror.
Yeah,
I've heard it's
Saw
good
mixed with Cube.
Yeah.
With a bigger budget.
Dude, you just brought up Cube. I love Cube.
Dude.
Anybody here seen Cube?
Cube? I want to watch it.
Have you
based on
seen Cube?
Cube 2,
Hypercube, and Cube Zero?
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Cube is amazing. All of life is a cube. It's a basic life lesson that everyone needs to learn. You're living in a cube
George
right
will
now.
say that it's not a cube. It's
Facebook
a flat
is
square.
A cube. Twitter is a cube. America is a cube. This room is a cube. That's literal. Cube. You got to see Cube. Cube's amazing.
All right, man. Thank you. I'm cutting you short.
Oh, we're done on the Cube thing? You want me to go out on Cube?
You've been talking about cubes too much.
Yeah,
off
all right,
with you.
Fair.
No, we're running out. Believe it or not, we're running out of time.
Fair enough.
Where can people find you and your work?
I have a podcast called I Like to Movie. We'll be here tonight at 7. If you guys want to come see us do a Fast and Furious game show. It's literally about the Fast and Furious. It's also Fast and Furious, but it's about you guys get it. I'm on Twitter. The show is on Twitter. I like 2 movie. It's numeric 2. We're on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. You can find me on cinema76.com. That's where I write about movies, and farsightedblog.com. I write about movies there sometimes too.
And sometimes I remember to sync his stuff to that entertainment.
Yeah, basically every 3 months I get an email from Kevin where he's like, I want to start publishing your reviews. I'm like, go for it, man. He publishes 2, and then I hear from him again 3 months later.
Yeah.
He's like, I want
And
to
they
start
come up
publishing your
automatically
reviews.
too, don't they? You just have to hit.
I literally I have to format.
They're on the back end and it says pending, and you could just say publish.
Yeah, but I like to make them pretty because listen, fuck you guys. Everyone check out Garrett's work, his film reviews. I Like to Movie. Great podcast. Even if you're not into movies, it's just a generally fun conversation between 2 friends, and their live show is always fun, no matter where they do it. I love your live shows.
Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
So thank you for doing this last minute, of course.
Happy to do it.
You're like, I'm sure I'm going to contact you to co-host one day this year because he's going to bail on me at some
Oh,
point.
yeah, I'm gunning for Mike's position. You know that. Mike knows that.
All right, are you going to hang out on the couch for a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're bringing out our next guest. Let's see, because the credits are a little long here. And by credits, oh, damn, I don't have them here. Just listen to the intro to the show by way of Philly, by way of Austin, by way of Omaha. New York comedian Abby Rosenquist. Did I say that right?
What do I do? Wait, am I supposed to be doing stand-up right now?
Whatever
You
you
can
want.
sit
You
down.
don't, if you just want to talk.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to like.
I
I don't know. It feels different. This feels like a conversational room.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean,
if you want, I'll do jokes. Do you want a joke?
I want
That's
to joke.
That's the best way to start doing jokes.
It is.
Isn't it? Okay.
I love the casual.
Maybe I
look
should
here.
do that. then.
No. Do casual. I like it.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah,
let's
I don't
just
think
talk.
you should do stand-up from sitting down.
No?
No one likes that.
No,
Does
I
anyone
can't-
like that?
No, because you have to be wise to be able to do that.
Right?
Nobody thinks that I look wise. You know what I
But
mean?
you know what? You say that, and I see it like if you didn't just say I don't look wise, I'd say, oh yeah, wise. I get it.
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah, but
wow,
you
thank
outed
you so
yourself.
much.
You outed
Oh.
yourself though. So
Yeah, you gotta like have confidence or whatever, but just like I don't know, it feels like you're like in your mom's heels or whatever when you like try to pretend like you're confident with anybody. All right.
In
never
your
mind.
mom's heels? Wait, what did that
Yeah,
mean?
you know, it's like you're trying to walk around in your mom's heels, right? And it's
Okay.
like, yeah, it doesn't fit.
I remember when I did
you're
that.
like
You're
tripping
right.
around.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, you did that, right? No,
Definitely.
who didn't do that, guys?
Yeah,
you dressed up in your mom's
if I
clothes,
did it, I
didn't
don't
you?
remember.
Yeah, sure.
I don't. Okay.
You're bringing up the bad memories.
You never
You're bringing
saw
up the
heels
bad
and you were
memories.
like
I used to get hit in the head with chairs, so I have memory issues. Okay.
Oh, do you? Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Did you have brothers?
No, I'm only
He
child.
wrestled.
me.
Oh,
you
you
made
had
that sound
abusive
like
parents.
domestic abuse of some kind. Like, please
My dad used to
clarify.
beat me with a chair.
My mother and father were very abusive. If you're listening, they're not. They're wonderful people. No, I used to like WWE style wrestling and.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. With
I
like
mean-
neighborhood kids, or like you had cousins or something?
No, we so it started off in the backyard, but like I got paid to do it at some point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean not like a lot. Like
Did you ever do like the cutting yourself?
no,
or
I
whatever?
refused to do that. This was my limit. I
Blame.
said if you pay me $40,000 a year, I will cut myself. That made
They
sense. at
paid you
18.
$40,000 a year to do
No.
backyard wrestling? Oh, okay.
They paid him maybe 40.
To do backyard wrestling. I paid to do backyard wrestling.
Okay,
To
it's
do-
like comedy.
To do the rest, like when I was wrestling in shitty churches in Bucks County,
Yeah.
I got maybe paid $25 a show, and I also ran the thing. So really, what that meant is, oh, here's the money I'm going to use to help put the show on next month.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't get
It's
even.
like comedy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally the same thing.
Yeah.
You should have seen his outfit.
Well, which one, dude? Which one?
Did you wear one of those
I
like
definitely
lucha
remember
masks?
he looked like an astronaut.
No, that was the last one. Okay, God.
So all right, so he had the silver like astronaut suit, and
Okay,
then he also had one that was rainbow cheetah print.
That was when I was a heel, and it was wonderful. Okay, that was very purposeful.
That's great. I've been thinking about switching to cheetah print. You know, I used to like judge my mom for her cheetah print and her like Ed Hardy shit, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna transition. I
But
think.
you need rainbow.
Finally getting her heels.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I think maybe that's what I need. Yeah.
But
Some
very
cheetah print makes you feel
specifically,
fucking
the
great.
rainbow cheetah print.
It was like psychedelic.
No,
Peg
that's like
Bundy.
Lisa Frank shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I loved at the
Ironically-
time, but it had its place.
LisaFrankWrestling.com was where I got those tights. So, no, they were Mike Redding's.
Oh, they were hand me down.
Yeah, which is weird that we just shared wrestling clothes. Really
That
weird.
is very strange.
I don't think he wore them. Let's
Okay,
clarify
I was
that.
going to say, you're talking about something that somebody sweat like a lot in, and then you were like, I'm going to put that on.
These are really snug.
They were, because he was a small boy, and I was not. So I wrestled. I used to wrestle, and I have memory issues because I got hit in the head with chairs.
Nice.
So, fun.
Do you also smoke weed, or does that?
No. I've tried it a handful of times.
And you get too anxious?
Yeah,
Are you
no,
guys
just-
weed people? Is this a weed crowd?
That guy's got a turtleneck and elbow pads on his jacket. This is a weed crowd.
You need a glass of bourbon or something.
Now, well, and this gentleman right here also just took some wrestling courses. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah?
How
Yeah, it's
old
like
are
a
you?
fun hobby.
Mike, how old are
Something
you
to
now?
do.
Yeah. 31 taking bumps. That's impressive.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's fun to take because you get to kind of actually hit people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I played rugby in college, and it was like,
Same thing.
it's like an outlet, you know? You get to like hit people, and it's okay.
I think I gave him a concussion with a chair.
Right before Sopranos.
Right before Sopranos?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right before what Sopranos?
He was on Sopranos.
I was an extra on the
You
Sopranos.
were?
Yes. So.
Did you meet James Gandolfini?
Yes, I held his cigar.
How was that?
Is this a story I forgot?
Yeah, well, I should have been the one who forgot it after the chair shot, but yeah. So they were doing the wedding scene, Johnny Sax's daughter's wedding and everything.
Okay.
And James Gandolfini spinning around in front of the church to make himself look sick. And he kept on dropping the cigar, so he was just like, "Here, you hold this in between."
Jesus, he was fucked up in the head, right? Like pretty bad. He died a few years ago.
Yeah.
I just started watching The Sopranos, and it's great, but it's really intense.
I've never
I don't
seen it.
hate my stepdad as much as I used to. 'Cause swear to God, he's Italian. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it.
His Gandolfini's son is playing that character in the prequel movie they're
Oh
making.
my gosh.
Isn't that weird?
I'm curious to see. I literally haven't even finished The Sopranos. I'm like in the second season, but I like it so far. But yeah, I don't know. Has he acted before?
I have no idea. And like honestly, he doesn't even look that much like Gandolfini.
No, he
like,
doesn't.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
he
they could have
doesn't.
cast somebody better.
No, for
than
sure.
his
It's like
son.
not even his real son.
Yeah.
I think he's on another HBO show.
Oh, is he? Okay.
And that's, I guess, the inn.
Yeah.
And I guess being
okay.
the son. But yeah, he doesn't. Like they said, the article I read from Deadline said he looks like him. And I was like, no.
I don't think he does.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That's because you picture Gandolfini, you picture like the kind of balding.
Yeah.
Yeah, my stepdad is Italian, and he's got a craps table that he built in the kitchen or the dining area.
In the kitchen?
With the dining area, and he literally practices rolling dice on it.
For real?
Yes. He practices rolling dice. The thing that is purely based on chance.
Yeah. He practices.
So I have empathy for Italians now. Makes a great fucking lasagna, and he cooks like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, in the same area that he's rolling
You gotta
his
have
dice.
something. Yeah. If you can cook good, you can keep a woman around. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Sometimes it's just you have to be able to cook when the other one can't. My fiance doesn't cook at all.
Somebody's got to cook.
Yeah. And I don't anymore. To be fair, since we started Weight Watchers, her mom's also on Weight Watchers and watches our kids after school. So all we do is go there, and she cooks for us 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week.
Damn, that's the thing. I just need to move back home and have a kid. I think that's like...
I mean,
for the longest time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna fucking go to... And I'm like, no, I think I'm 27, and my body's like so pissed at me for not having a baby.
Well, and good news is when you're at 34, you can do comedy again.
Exactly. Oh, no, I'll just do jokes about the baby. I mean, that's the only reason I would have the child. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to... let me be clear. I'm still going to do that thing.
Yeah.
But then, you can do the Ali Wong thing.
Yeah.
And then I'd like have
on
a
your own
whole...
pregnancy. Yeah.
I'm like getting to a new level of life. You can't be doing the same jokes anyway. So it's like, why not really transition? My mom will watch the kid.
I see now.
Will it be the girl or the boy?
I guess it depends.
Oh, but what are you talking about?
You might have missed earlier when Kevin referred to his children as the boy one and the girl one.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Is that not woke in 2019?
No. Oh my
is that
gosh,
bad?
I hate that. Yeah. Well, it's like... Well, I was thinking about. I think it's so funny that they just put signs over
Yeah.
the original ones instead of taking it out. It's just like anybody. And I was imagining like the water fountains back in the day, just like on top of the white and the color. And it was like, no, anybody. We're not going to take the signs down. We'll just put these paper signs over top of it.
But see, the thing is, like, people aren't really paying attention to the signs. So they open the anybody one, they see the giant urinal in there, and they're like, oh, if they're a female, then I'm not
anybody. I must
There
be
just-
everybody.
There just needs to be individual bathrooms and not the
Yes.
stalled ones. That way people can also go jerk off in them too. So that people are less creepy.
You're
you know
right.
what
That's
I
the
mean? I
issue
feel
we're
like there'd be
not
so much
talking
less
about with
creepiness
bathrooms.
if there was just individual bathrooms all over the place for people to like, take care of themselves.
There's a bar here in Philly that has these like really, they're individual bathrooms that are like kind of stalls, but they have this weird like, the door has some kind of like frosted glass that when no one's in it, you can see through it into the bathroom. But then
Okay.
when someone's in it and locks it, it like frosts the door so you can't see inside.
So you can kind of see their shadow, but
it's
nothing
fucking
else.
weird.
Have you
Yeah, I
guys
don't like that.
ever seen Tucker Max?
No.
Wrote a book
Yeah, the fucking
and did a movie.
Yeah,
And-
what's that guy? The book's called like I'm Drunk and It's Okay.
I serve beer in hell or some
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
And there's a scene in his movie where they're in one of those bathrooms. He's having sex with some lady, and the door just keeps
Nice.
unlocking. I mean, it's not a very good movie.
Have you seen 1 Hour Photo? Speaking of creepy, I just watched that
Robin
the other
Williams,
day.
right?
That
We
movie's
want like a
awesome.
creepy thriller thing.
I
That
love
was
that.
fucking.
Yeah,
Robin Williams.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Robin Williams is such a good actor.
So, oh my God, he was amazing.
That and
He's
Insomnia.
so fucking
Insomnia was
creepy in
real
that
good.
movie.
Oh yeah, what was the other one? What was the one where that girl dies because of
Oh,
their?
Insomnia.
No,
Yep.
no, Patch Adams or some shit.
Well, Patch Adams is like kind of a comedy.
Yeah.
Half comedy, I guess.
Yeah.
A dramedy.
Some bitch dies though. That's like.
For real?
Yes.
I don't remember anything dying.
So
in Patch
Patch
I think it's
Adams
like
is
some, like,
the funny
crazy
doctor,
guy.
so someone's got to die in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Anyway, so if you like, what's another? You're the movie person. What's
Yeah.
like a good scary thriller type? I like those.
Scary
I don't know.
thriller type. We just watched all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, like
Yeah?
back to back this
Good?
past week. I loved them.
Okay.
You should especially watch the sixth one where Freddy plays a Breckin Meyer RPG.
Okay.
You guys know the
I don't
actor
know.
from the 90s, Breckin Meyer?
No.
I think he was in Clueless.
He was Road Trip, right?
Yeah, Road Trip. I think he was in Rat Race.
Which one is he? Is he like?
He was the lead guy in Road Trip.
What about in Rat Race? I'm more familiar.
Okay. Rat Race. I think Breckin Meyer. Who is he in Rat Race? He's the one that has the.
Does
wait.
he talk weird?
No. I know who you're thinking of. No, he's like Breckin Meyer is like the one that's supposed to just be the normal guy in that movie, kind of.
Well, he is the normal guy. I mean, there's really nothing. He's
Yeah.
very nondescript.
Anyway, there's a scene in this movie where Freddy literally turns him into a video game and plays him as if he's an RPG, and it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that guy. He's
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, you should see the sixth Nightmare on Elm Street
I
movie
bet
where
he gets
becomes
laid
a
all the
video
time
game.
because women are like, "Oh, he's so small and cute. I'm making an exception," and it's like, nah, we're all fucking him, you know. Anyway, all right,
Well,
no.
You should see New Nightmare. That's what you should see.
Okay.
New Nightmare. That's what it's called. It's real fun. It's good.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, that's our time.
Oh, nice.
okay.
Perfect.
So, sorry you didn't get to stand up? Or
Oh
you're
no!
welcome?
Thank God. I did it last night. Come to Fergie's later. There's an open mic.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Where can people find you?
On Twitter, Instagram at Abby Rosenquist, and I have a podcast called Book Sluts, where I read some of the book and then kind of talk about it.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having
taking
me.
time out of your day.
Yeah.
And big shout out to all our sponsors. Joe Giuliani Photography. I know he was here. I think he left already.
was taking pictures of me a minute ago.
I just want to know if I'm saying his last name correctly.
Who knows?
Fireball Printing, Crude Humor Studios, Studio Empire, Thirsty Dice, Milk Boy, Tattooed Mom, Tip Your Bartenders, That's Entertainment, Tellist, and of course the Headstrong Foundation, who we're raising money for. You can donate right there in that jar, or bit.ly/headstrongfest, bit.ly/headstrongfest. Make sure you check out our guests on their social medias at Philadelphia, at Abby Rosenquist on Twitters and all the fun places. I Like to Movie, Book Sluts. Get their schedules on their websites. Shout out to my co-host, my best friend, Mike D'Angelo. We're going to get it ready for some Nerds with Words here. Thank you guys. Donate to Headstrong. We've been awesome. Whoop!
Closing time.
future.